what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoyed the big news of the day yesterday. Practice number 4 for the Tigers. Shoulder pads on, Jake. It is hot as hell out there.
Yes.
They did half the practice inside, half the practice outside, and reportedly there was a big-time fight. Let's go, dude. A fight that escalated to the point where Malik Neighbors and Kyron Lacey were sent to the locker room. Harold Perkins was taken to the side and did not play another snap for the rest of practice. I will say this off the bat. If you don't have at least one big camp fight, you're probably a soft team. Like, you're probably not going to be that good. Now, also, if you have too many camp fights, you're undisciplined, right? And you don't respect your teammates enough, et cetera, et cetera. So you want to find that camp fight sweet spot, which I would say is probably 2 to 3 big brawls. That said, though, Jake, LSU's up to 2 and 4 days now.
Yeah.
Now, maybe not as big as this one. That is 2 and 4. It's really hot out there, so I might jump them up to 3 to 5 as being allowable for the needle you want to thread here.
Right.
But, like, I got to be honest. I see camp fight, and my initial thought is not reproach. It is good. Good on you. Good. We have a team that really wants to be good and wants to win.
Yeah, and like you said, this is going to happen. You and I have been through this. Now, you don't want to have a ton of these. You don't want to have 10 of these, but you're going to have. It's just you're tired of hitting each other.
Yeah.
You see the same person over and over again. That person got the best of you the day before, maybe gets you again. You're frustrated. You want to try to take action. So when I saw people breaking this down yesterday, like it was real, like news, like breaking down, like how it played out, who got sent it. And I understand you got a job to do, and it is.
Ooh, what was the breakdown?
I guess. Like news, I guess it is. But like for you and I who have been in this, like we've been in this situation, I've never been through a training camp, pro or college, that didn't have a massive training camp fight. At least one.
Yeah, at least one.
And and even when we're grown adults, 30 years old in the NFL, and we're probably too tired to go out there and do it, but we have to do it. Yeah. And you're like, wait a minute. What do you mean you have to do it? I'll give you an example. In Denver, my 6th year in the NFL, we drafted Monty Ball. I've told stories about that before. And when you get a rookie running back, some of the linebackers and the safeties are going to kind of hit him a little late. They're going to hit him out of bounds, do those things, okay? Yep. Well, they had done it a couple times, and it was one of those deals. It's like, hey, if you do it again, we're going to have to do something. You know, kind of like, hey, we don't really want to. We're tired. We're 30 years old out here. We don't want to have to do it. But then Stuart Bradley, good friend of mine, hit him just blatantly late.
Yeah.
Just out of bounds, walking back basically to the huddle. And it's like, look at Noshawn. Noshawn looks at me. It's like, all right, let's go. And so we run over there. And it's like, I got Stuart Bradley. And then here comes Wesley Woodyard, one of my good friends, still one of my really good friends. He comes over there. We rip each other's helmets off. Noshawn's going like frog splash, like Eddie Guerrero over the top. I mean,
just 5-star frog splash.
I mean, just over the top. I mean, and it's the whole team. I hope he did. I don't know if he did. I can't confirm, but I hope he did. And then all of a sudden, it's everybody except the quarterbacks and kickers and punters, right? It's everybody.
Yeah.
And it lasts for about 5 minutes of just going back and forth. And same thing. You know, Stewart gets sent back into the locker room. Raheem Moore, all gets sent back to the locker room. And we have to sit out for a whole period. But it had to be done. Because you have a rookie running back, they're picking on him.
Yeah.
And you've got to stop them from picking on him. And, hey, he's going to help us win this year. We've got to move forward. But it happens in every camp that I've ever been a part of.
Did the coaches, was there any precursor where y'all were, like, watching film and the coach was like, look at this. This crap can't happen?
Absolutely.
Because, I've had that happen as well.
Absolutely. And then you get challenged.
You see it happen, you're like, okay. Here we go.
Yeah, the running back coach is going to challenge. I was the oldest guy in the room.
Yeah.
The next oldest was Noshawn.
You going to let him do this to your boy?
Exactly. Like, hey, you see this stuff? Now, I'm not saying, but I'm saying. You know, that kind of conversation. So I don't know the extent of it. I don't know how much of that was, hey, man, if he does it to your guy again, you got to go get him. But these happen all the time. Now, you don't want it to happen. But now that it's become a thing and now that it's out, now you can't have another one.
Yeah.
Now you've got to get with the leadership of the football team, and you got to sit them down. Hey, it's camp. I understand it. If it happens again, everybody's in trouble. Everybody's going to run. We're not going to practice. We're going to do A, B, and C. So now, if you have another brawl, that's what's actually news, not what happened before.
Yeah, and Brian Kelly, look, he's been very clear about this. He was last year as well when they had the big blow about respecting the brotherhood. It's weird because I think you can have complicated emotions if you're the head coach on this, where I think in your heart of hearts, and this is all me surmising, right? This is me just guessing, but I think in your heart of hearts, you're not that upset. But you are kind of, right? Because it does speak to maybe a little agonists, but whatever you want to say, not having no respect for your teammate, like he says, respect the brotherhood. But you're not that upset. Like, at least now you know that team's got that dog in him. And then you just got to control it. And so you have to put on airs about being, really pissed off about the whole thing. And you probably are. Like I said, it's complicated. You probably are pissed off, but you're not, like, all pissed off. There is some part of you that's like, okay, good. This team has some fight. I think about some of the legendary camp fights from back in the day. I remember watching Joe Barksdale and Tyson Jackson trade punches, and it was like Optimus Prime.
I was about to say, that's a large fight.
Is it Megatron, right? Yeah, I mean, it was like, you know how sometimes in anime when you see two like people, like especially like DBZ, like punching each other, they have like the power burst whenever they hit fists. That was Joe and Tyson. I also remember one time, we're doing one-on-one pass rush, and I was blocking. Was it Contreras? I think it was Contreras. I can't remember, but blocking him, and he gets his hands up under my face mask. So immediately I start swinging. He starts swinging, and all of a sudden he disappears from view because Willie B had come in and speared him from the side. And I'll never forget, because when you're in a fight, like stuff like slows down, right? Because your adrenaline's pumping, your brain's operating faster. I see him disappear from view, and I just kind of drop my hands. I'm like, oh no, like here it comes. And sure enough, next thing I know, in the back, splayed, spear in the back, O-line, D-line's getting into it. It's all good fun. It's all good fun. Although, pretty good hack figured out by the boys. I feel like we used to have to run. Yeah. You get to go inside? What?
Right.
Like, what? You don't practice? Yeah. What about all the rest of the wide receivers who are now, Kyron and Malik are going to start? Like, that ain't like
Brian Thomas out there, like, just getting every rep.
No, Thomas was reportedly out yesterday.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I'd be at it out there getting every rep.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's good for him. Help the young guns develop. But, man, I kind of like, hold up now. Make them run a couple laps and then stick the ass back in there.
So one last camp fight story. I was a freshman, and you talking about Tyson and Barksdale getting into it. I mean, it's two large humans. One of the all-timers, Whitworth and Kyle Williams, got into it.
Oh, wow.
Like, friends, grew up right kind of by each other, Ruston, West Monroe. It was one of those that you couldn't separate it. People tried, and
you're gonna
big people.
Kill him. That's one of those, like, you're going to have to kill me to stop me.
Yeah, like Spears tried, like all these, Ben Wilkerson tried, all these savvy vets couldn't break him up. And Kyle, I've never seen someone so angry. And that's why that man was an all-pro defensive tackle for as long as he was.
Damn.
Like, he had a grip, and nobody could get him off.
Well, and then there was, of course, the Joe Burrow-Patrick Queen fight, which I remember seeing live. I think I had snuck into that practice. There was a scrimmage or something.
Yeah, it was a.
It happened over there on the far sideline.
I think it was a former players type scrimmage.
Okay.
Yeah, it was closed door, invited guest only, because you and I were both there.
Yeah.
Before we started doing the show together, but I think it was former player type deal.
Now, do you remember how it went down? Did Queen hit Burrow, and then Burrow came back at him, and then it just
because I can see it
escalated from there.
I can see it south end zone, but on the other side of the field, away from and that doesn't typically happen with your quarterback.
No,
that's what makes that one so legendary.
That is true.
A lot of times, quarterback can start it, but then he's backpedaling out of there, and you got to take care of your quarterback.
I mean, but I guess that's Joe. Never forget in the Joe Burrow tire video, that is Pete Werner that he's actually fighting with there, which should never be glossed over.
Because Pete's a dog.
Yeah, Pete's a dog, obviously. Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.